Let's talk the club. One more thing, like, subscribe, and share. Come on, let's talk the club. Woo!
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Cutler here in the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast, the Let's Talk to Cutler virtual book club, the Let's Talk to Cutler YouTube platform. I already know. You all didn't see me last week. It was Christmas Eve, and it was such an exciting time, such a busy time. It was my intention to pop on, but I'm here this time for New Year's Eve, and I just wanted to spend a little time, maybe not the entire 1800 seconds, but wanted to spend time with my friends to say, I hope that you've had a wonderful holiday and hope that you are excited about what 2025 is going to bring. And just in case somebody is stopping by for the first time and they're wondering, what is this platform all about? What is this Skype you're talking about? This platform is one that offers inspiration and motivation. And we even challenge ourselves to show up our best selves, even in the worst of situations, because we always want to be our best selves. We always want to be the best version of ourselves. We want to make sure that our character is intact rather than that our integrity is where it should be. And so I just wanted to say a happy new year to everybody and hope that the holidays are doing you well. Do me a favor and spend some time go ahead and share this and invite somebody to come on for a few moments, because again, I don't think I'll be here the entire 1800 seconds, but I want to say thank you to those of you who have been following me and with me for the long haul, particularly those of you who have been with me this entire year. It's been a year of ups and downs and ins and outs and roundabouts, but hey, you all, we have made it. We have survived. We have persevered. We have had the tenacity to grab the bull by both horns and just hang in there. So I celebrate you all. I applaud you. I wish you all a happy new year and hope that the holidays have treated you well. And I pray certainly a prosperous and blessed new year for all of you. And I want to chit chat for just a moment, and I'll do that. But I do want to talk about New Year commitments, not necessarily New Year resolutions, because how many of us know that if I don't change anything about me, and I'm going into the year, it's not necessarily a new year. It is a different year, but it's not necessarily a new year because I'm taking all of the old accoutrements right into the same year with me. And so let's not do that. But let's talk about what we are committed to. Let's talk about what we are going to see come to fruition. Let's talk about what we're going to see come to pass. Let's talk about what we're going to be tenacious about and persistent about. And let's talk about that in just a moment. But before I do, I want to invite you, if you haven't done so, please go ahead and subscribe. And after you subscribe, click on the notification bell. I don't know where it is on your device, but it's somewhere. I don't know if it's down there, up there, over there. But if you click on it, it lets you know whenever I've gone live and whenever I've uploaded new content. Now, I usually do a shout out to the first 3 people that I see coming into the chat, but I think I'm just going to expand it to the first 5 that I see this evening, just for the sake of the new year. And by the way, tell me, what are you all going to do to bring the new year in? I'm just curious. Tell me, what are you going to do to bring in the new year? So I do see on this end, Annie Cutler, Tracy Johnson, Paula D. Marissa. I see that you're all in the chat. I see others are on, but are not necessarily over in the chat just yet. So come on over and let's chit chat for just a moment. I am going to spend this evening in worship, which is customary for me. That's my tradition. That's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I love doing. And it sets the tone for what the year is going to look like for me. But again, I want to talk about New Year commitments, not necessarily resolutions, because sometimes when we make the resolutions, we set them and somehow along the journey, then they just tend to fall by the wayside, because sometimes what we set as goals can be temporary goals and not necessarily life-changing or enduring. They may not necessarily have an impact on my character. And I'm going to do things that are going to have an impact on my character, not just things that are going to have an impact on my physicality and how I look, not just necessarily things that are going to have an impact on my bank account and how it looks, books, not necessarily things that are going to have an impact on material things in my life. But I want to make sure that what I do this year is to be true to my character, is to be true to my integrity. And so there are some commitments that I'm going to make. What about you all? So talk to me and let me know what you all are going to do in order to celebrate the new year. One of the things that I'm going to do when I talk about commitments, and let's chat about this for a moment, and let me know if this rings true with you. One of the things that I'm going to focus on is making sure that I have healthier communications this year. Going to make sure that I focus on having healthier communications. I want to make sure that I show my friends and my family and those people who are in my village, those people who are in my circle, those people who are in my community, how we talk to each other with respect, how we talk to each other in a healthy way, how we resolve conflicts in a calm way, and how we spend time listening to each other. So I don't know about you all, but I'm focusing on healthy communications. I really am. I'm focusing on healthy communications. I want people to know that it's okay to be upset sometimes, but it's all in how you respond. It's all in how you handle those feelings, because I've often said this, it is how you respond that matters. It is how you respond that matters, and that is what's most important. So again, I am going to focus. I am absolutely committed to healthy and healthier communications this year. Tracy says, focus on not letting issues stress me out so much. I think that's a wonderful way to bring the new year in, Tracy. I applaud you. I commend you. So one of the things in terms of bringing the year in, make sure you focus on. And so I'm going to pull what you all are saying to me in the chats, as well as my own thoughts. For me, healthier communications is something that I'm committed to. Sounds like Tracy's committed to not focusing on not letting issues stress me out so much, because sometimes there are things that we just can't do anything about. Life is going to happen. Life is going to unfold. And there are some things that we just can't help. And so make sure as you commit to the new year, you commit to focusing on not letting issues stress you out, because a lot of times we harbor those things inside and they manifest in such unhealthy ways. And so while I'm talking about making sure that I focus on healthier communications, it's also wonderful to focus on not letting issues stress you out so much. Because a lot of times when we focus on those issues that stress, it builds up tension in your body, it builds up stress in your body. So make sure that you honor your commitments, that we celebrate the end of the year, and we look forward to this wonderful new year by focusing on healthier communications. That's one of the things. I'm absolutely committed to healthier communications, and not just for me, but everybody in circle, everybody in my space. I am committed to healthier communications. Again, making sure that I say it's okay to feel upset, but it's how you respond that matters. Making sure that it's okay to have conflicts, but make sure that you seek to resolve them. Those are healthy communications for me, and I am committed to it. Not only am I committed to healthier communications, y'all, but I am committed, absolutely committed, to demonstrating self-discipline in a more excellent way this year. Now, see, some of these things, when it comes to some New Year's resolutions, there are some things that we can't necessarily do anything about. But when it comes to healthier communications, I'm all in charge of that. That's stuff that I can handle. When it comes to demonstrating self-discipline, I can handle that. I don't need anybody's else's help, because that's all on me. Make sure that you are committed to things that you can handle. Sometimes we have all these lofty wishes, these lofty goals, these lofty desires, these New Year resolutions that are contingent upon not just what we do, but on other people's input and other people's impact. But make sure that you are committed to things that you can handle. Why did you say that? For me, it is about self-discipline, because I have another generation, another 2 generations that are coming behind me, and they are already here, and they're looking and they're watching. And so I want to make sure that I model for them what self-discipline looks like. I want to make sure that I model for them what it looks like to honor your commitments. That's discipline. I want to make sure that I model for them, making sure that I take care of myself and that they take care of themselves. That is self-discipline. Take care of yourselves physically, take care of yourselves mentally, take care of yourselves spiritually, take care of yourselves emotionally. That's important. Making sure that we demonstrate self-discipline in a way so that if I say I'm going to do something, I honor my word, that my word is my bond. I can do something about that. That's self-discipline. That is all up to me. And one of the things that I want to make sure that I model for the generations that are looking at me and watching me and following me is to make sure that they understand self-discipline doesn't limit me. It doesn't box me in. It doesn't lock me into something, but it sharpens my character. It sharpens my integrity. It causes me to stand true to who I am. It self-discipline will open doors because I will honor myself. I will honor my word. And so I want to make sure that as I go into the new year, I'm not just making a lot of lofty New Year's resolutions, but I'm making commitments that I can honor, commitments that will make me better. So we started with what? Making sure that I am going to be committed to healthier communications. Making sure that I am going to demonstrate self-discipline. Those are things that I can be committed to in 2025. I know we usually say, I'm going to focus on getting healthy. I'm going to focus on losing weight. I'm going to focus on getting fit. I'm going to focus on doing this. I'm going to focus on doing that. But healthy communications is something that we can all do. Self-discipline is something that we can all do. And then here is something that I am going to make sure I'm committed to you all. And this sounds a bit strange, but I want to share this because it really helps to liberate us. It really helps to free us. It really, really does. One of the things that often happens is that when we get to the end of the year and everything that was on a proverbial list that we had, some of those things didn't happen. Some of those things didn't manifest. We didn't see the full manifestation of some of those things. They didn't come into full fruition. And that's okay. That is okay, because we start to wrestle with, well, was it for me? Was it my goal to have? And should I have expected that? Absolutely. And it is okay. But here's one of the things that I'm going to be committed to going into 2025, that not every day is going to be perfect. I'm committed to that. Because what that says for Cutler is that I am going to embrace growth. I'm going to embrace growth. I'm going to embrace the fact that I am not perfect. I'm going to embrace the fact that I make mistakes, that they happen. We all make plenty of mistakes. We do in our respective roles. We make plenty of mistakes, and we have to get to the point wherein we say, that's okay. It's called a mistake for a reason. As this year comes to a close, every month, every week, every day was not a perfect month, was not a perfect week, was not a perfect day. But one of the things that I understood and that I'm understanding all the more is we have to lean into those moments. Admit that it didn't go as planned. Admit that I made some mistakes along the way. And then I have to model again for those who are watching me. Listen, you have to learn how to bounce back. You have to learn how to stay strong. You have to learn how to make it through. You have to learn how to get up again. We have to embrace growth. And one of the ways that we're going to embrace growth is understanding that we all must make mistakes. So one of the things that I'm going to be committed to in 2025 is growing. It's not that I anticipate making mistakes, but what I anticipate is growing from the things that don't necessarily go the way that I want them. And that does not mean everything falls and crumbles. There are just some things that don't go the way that we want them. How many times we go stand beside a grave when we didn't want to? How many times did we have to go and visit people in the hospital when we didn't want to? How many times did we have to deal with bad news when we didn't want to? I am committed to growing from all of my experiences. And so as 2024 comes to a close and 2025 comes in, one of the things that I'm going to do is to stop on the threshold and look back and say, you know what, not everything worked out the way that it wanted, but what can I now do to empower myself to say, Cutler, did you learn from that lesson? Was there something that you learned? Are you now strengthened? Did you gain some wisdom so that as 2025 comes in, if that opportunity, if that circumstance, if that scenario, if it shows itself again, are you better equipped to handle it? I am committed in 2025 to making sure that I embrace growth. And I hope you are too, because we're going to have lots of growth opportunities. I'm going to make sure that I don't brag about being a perfectionist, because it sounds wonderful, but one of the things that we need to normalize is imperfection. It's the norm to be imperfect. It's normal to make mistakes. Now, I didn't say willingly go out and do things because that takes it out of the realm of a mistake, but it's normal to make mistakes. And so one of the things that I think that we need to normalize is imperfection. Because when you can normalize imperfection, you can teach resilience. Let me say that again because that just rang true for me. When you can normalize imperfections, you can teach resilience. But I can't teach resilience to myself or to anybody else if I can't get us to embrace the fact that not everything is going to go well. Because if we think everything is going to go well, if we think everything is going to go perfect, then we are not prepared for the unexpected. So for me, what am I committed to? What am I committing myself to in 2025? One of the things that I'm committing myself to is healthier communication. I'm committing myself to demonstrating self-discipline. I'm committing myself to exercising growth. Again, grow. I am committing myself to grow. Come what may. Listen, I grew up in the South, and we would say things like "come, like come hell or high water." Whatever comes my way. Oh my God, it's in my head, and I can't help but go here. There's an old hymn that says, "Whatever my lot, so whatever befalls me, whatever comes my way, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, or otherwise, it doesn't matter. Whatever comes my way, I'm going to say to myself, learn resilience, learn bounce back." So don't let's just normalize imperfection. Let's just normalize the imperfection. And again, I told you all usually I'm here for 1800 seconds, but I just wanted to come on and I wanted to share this. Understand this. You are going to have an impact, an influence. You're going to affect somebody's life. And so one of the things that I challenge us, I told you sometimes we're here for inspiration, sometimes we're here for motivation. And I think I want to close out the year by offering us this challenge. I challenge us to understand that we are always influencers. You know, that's a big social media buzzword nowadays. Everybody wants to be an influencer of some kind, of some fashion, of some manner, of some type, of some shape. So that means people are looking, people are watching. You're leading people whether you know it or not. You're causing people to think a certain way, whether you know it or not. You're causing people to speak a certain thing, even over their life, whether you know it or not. And so one of the things that we have to be intentional about in 2025 is making sure that we are deliberate in how we influence people. Resolute about influencing them in a positive way. Because there are people watching. And when I say people, you all, I'm thinking about the next generations. You know, you reach certain milestone ages and you start thinking, am I being a role model? Am I demonstrating things to the people that matter the most? I am influencing people. I'm influencing and impacting lives. And so how I respond, how I be, how I show up has an impact on whether people will become the fullness of themselves. I want people to become who they were designed and who they were destined to become. And I want to make sure that if I play a role in that, that I've influenced them in a positive way. So those are my commitments in 2025. Talk to me, you all. What are you committed? What are you committed to in 2025? For me, again, it's not a whole lot of New Year's resolutions, but I'm committed to being better. I'm committed to making sure that I speak in such a way, that I listen in such a way, that I interact in such a way that is healthy. it brings about the best for me, and it brings about the best for the people who are in my space or in my circle. I am committed to making sure that it is a new year. Again, because if nothing changes about me, it's not really a new year. It's just another year. If I'm not committed, if I'm not committed to change, if I'm not committed to better, if I'm not committed to different, it's not a new year. It's just another year. And so I want us all to have a happy, happy new year. I'm not going to be up here long. Listen, I probably have been up here longer than I anticipated. Let's see. Right before my holiday break, I had children who I don't directly work with told me they love me, so I will continue my support of them. I think that's wonderful. You all talk to me. What are you going to do in the new year? I think it's absolutely wonderful, Marissa, to continue your support of children, of young people. You're impacting their lives. You are influencing their lives. You're making a difference. You're demonstrating to them how to communicate. You're making a difference to them. Keep encouraging and be encouraged. Oh, thank you so thank you so much. I certainly intend to do that in 2025. I want to make sure that I don't take for granted the lives that come my way. And thank you offering encouragement to me. So whatever you do this evening, however you celebrate, whatever promises you make promises to yourself that you are in charge of, promises that you can control, promises that are not contingent upon what anybody else does. All right. And the next time I see you all, the next time we share this space together, it will be a new year. And so let's do what we've always done. Let's keep building community. Let's keep maintaining connectivity. Know that in my heart, that from my heart to yours, there is and always will be so much love. I'm thankful. As I spend my evening, I will spend my evening reflecting and in gratitude. And so then you all make sure you make it a very, very happy new year. And again, from my heart to yours, there is and always will be so much love. Reaching out and building a close relationship with friends and loved ones. Suzette, I think that's an absolutely wonderful thing. Welcome to this platform. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope to see you in 2025. And do me a favor, go and tell someone, come on and let's talk the color. I'm just reading what you all have put up here before I run. Everyone have a happy, safe, and blessed New Year. See you in 2025. Paula D, same to you and your wonderful family. Give everybody there my love. Sonia Bailey, happy new year to you and your amazing family. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I see some of you are on, and now you're hopping in the chat. Let's see. Annie, Tracy, Paula D, Bobby Dunmore, greeting my friend, greeting Sylvia Clemens. Happy holidays to you. Happy New Year. Fabulous Me, it's always good to see you. Please give the family my regards and tell them I said happy holidays. Let's see. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. Yeah, that's it. So everybody be blessed. And if you're going out, if you're leaving your home to celebrate, be safe, bring the new year in safely, and I'll see you in 2025. And I'm going to end the year by saying, God bless you all.